Good morning, everyone. So glad you could be here. I'm Diana Fishlock. I'm the PA Able Outreach Specialist. Um, I love being involved with Able. It's very gratifying to me. I sort of grew up hearing about disability issues. My mom was an occupational therapist, and she really loved what she did. My older sister studied to be a social worker, so I sort of grew up hearing about disability issues around the kitchen table. I went on to become a newspaper reporter covering disability issues. I also wrote publications for the Department of Human Services, and then I came to work at Treasury, working with PA Able. And I also have two children who are now young adults who both have disabilities. So that's sort of my disability history there in brief. So PA Able is a special savings and investment account that helps individuals with disabilities to live everyday lives. It provides a way for individuals with disabilities and their families to save for important items or just everyday expenses. Traditionally, people receiving certain benefits, such as supplemental security income, could only save small amounts without losing those benefits. But with PA Able, individuals with disabilities, their families, and friends can save for all sorts of things. Funds in an Able account are not counted when determining eligibility for any federal means-tested benefits. Plus, PA Able savings aren't counted against Pennsylvania benefits regarding health, disability, or student financial aid. PA Able is for individuals who have intellectual disabilities, physical disabilities, or psychological diagnoses. Bear with me for just a moment. So the PA Able program provides tax advantages both to the account owner and to any Pennsylvania resident who contributes. A person can have only one Able account nationwide, and we hope that Pennsylvanians will choose a PA Able because there are a lot of value-added benefits to a PA Able. So as I mentioned, the first one is that PA Able has tax advantages. An account can receive up to $18,000 in contributions in 2024, even more for some account owners who are employed. And I'll talk about that a little later. So traditionally, without Able, individuals receiving supplemental security income could only save $2,000 in assets while maintaining that benefit. $2,000 used to be a fair amount, but it's not so much anymore. With an Able account, that same person, instead of just saving $2,000, can save up to $100,000 in their Able account. So that can make a huge difference in someone's life and open up all kinds of opportunities. Able account owners who don't receive SSI can save more than $500,000 in Pennsylvania. Funds are easy to access, and they can be used for a wide variety of expenses. PA Able is helping Pennsylvanians with disabilities to save for a more secure, flexible future. As I mentioned, one of the great features of Able is that individuals can save without jeopardizing their benefits. This includes both current benefits and future benefits that the person might need to apply for in future years. And Pennsylvania's Able program has added protections for Pennsylvania benefits that other states don't offer. So funds in an Able account are counted when determining eligibility for any federal means-tested benefits, including supplemental nutrition assistance program, temporary assistance for needy families, medical assistance, housing assistance, student financial aid, and more. Pennsylvania's ABLE accounts offer several advantages. Pennsylvania ABLE funds are not counted against Pennsylvania benefits having to do with health, disability, and student financial aid. Also, any earnings in a PA ABLE account do not face either state or federal income tax while the funds are in the account or when they're withdrawn, as long as they're used for a qualified disability expense. And I'll talk about that a little later. Also, Pennsylvania taxpayers who contribute to a Pennsylvania ABLE can deduct their contributions from their state taxable income up to $18,000 this year. So just using my own family as an example, I would be buying food and college and other expenses for my children anyway. When I put the funds in the ABLE account, I get a nice tax deduction for things that I would be buying anyway, which I really appreciate. Let's talk about eligibility. There are two factors that go into eligibility. One is the age of onset of the disability, and the other is the severity of the disability. So a person can be any age when they open an ABLE account, as long as their disability began before age 26. This age of onset is going to expand beginning January 1st, 2026. That age is going to expand to 46. So that means more veterans, more people with autoimmune diseases, and more people in general will be able to open ABLE accounts. So we're looking forward to that. But right now, today, that age is age 26. So in addition to that age of onset, the other factor is the severity of the disability. So if the individual is eligible for SSI or SSDI, then they automatically qualify for ABLE. But if they don't qualify for one of those, they can self-certify with a doctor's written diagnosis saying that the person has a disability that causes marked and severe functional limitations and is expected to last for at least a year. It's pretty easy to open an ABLE account in Pennsylvania. Most people go online and enroll at paable.gov, which is our website. People can also fill out a paper application if they feel more comfortable with that. You can print that out from our website, or you can call our ABLE helpline, which is 855-529-ABLE, and you can request a paper application, which we will mail to your house. Filling out the ABLE enrollment form is a lot like applying for a credit card or an online bank account or any bank account. You're going to answer basic demographic questions, where do you live, what's your birth date, that sort of thing. And then there are also one or two disability-related questions. PA ABLE accounts are very easy to use. There is an interest-bearing checking account that comes with a free notched debit card that you can use at stores and ATMs. The notch is helpful for people with vision loss. There's also 6 investment portfolios that you can choose from. They range from conservative to aggressive. So you can look over those options and find one or any combination up to all 7 that you feel comfortable with and that meet your savings goals. There are also lots of ways to contribute. You can direct deposit your Social Security benefits as long as you don't have a representative payee. You can direct deposit your paycheck. You can link an existing bank account. You also can roll over a 529 college and career savings account directly into an ABLE account with no tax implications. So there's lots of ways to take money, to put money in. We do encourage people to save their receipts from any expenses that they purchase through their ABLE account. That's not for us at Treasury. That's just in case you're ever audited. So I want to talk a little bit about opening and managing an account. So an able account owner who is an adult with the legal capacity to enter into a legal contract can open and manage their own account if they want to, or they can ask any other person of their choosing to open and manage that account. So let's say I was maybe 20 years old, maybe like 23 years old, and I hadn't dealt with money a lot. Maybe I want to ask my mom or my sister to help me open that account. That's perfectly fine. If the person with the disability is younger, is not of age, or they lack the legal capacity to enter into a contract, then the account must be opened by another person. Specifically, that could be a person with power of attorney, a legal guardian or conservator, a spouse, a parent, a sibling, a grandparent, or a Social Security Administration representative payee. If another person opens and manages the account, it's with the understanding that the person with the disability is always the account owner, and the benefits are there, the funds are there to benefit that person with the disability. One of the best things about PA Able is that it can be used for a huge variety of qualified expenses. Things like education, transportation, housing, assistive technology, and personal assistance. The law even spells out that it's fine to use PA Able for everyday expenses. You can use Able to save for big goals like a car or furniture or retirement, or just regular everyday expenses like food or clothing. There's tremendous flexibility. The person managing the account gets to decide what's a qualified expense. They don't have to check with the PA Treasury Department or the IRS. But again, we do encourage people to save their receipts. So the Able to Work Act allows some people with disabilities to save more than that $18,000 threshold that I mentioned earlier. If the person is employed and is not contributing during this tax year to a defined contribution plan, an annuity contract, or a deferred compensation plan, then they can save above that $18,000 limit. The most that a person can contribute this year under the Able to Work Act would be $30,580. So in summary, it's pretty easy to open an Able account. Most people can save up to $18,000 this year while maintaining their benefits. There are great federal and state tax advantages, and it can create opportunities to lead an everyday life. Treasury's Able experts are here to help, and I'm just going to stop sharing here and we'll see if there are any questions. We will be recording all the sessions today. So if you have friends or loved ones who are not able to attend today, they will be able to listen and watch later on. And we will be providing copies of all the presentations today, the slides. We'll be posting those on our website. So someone asked, what happens if the account owner passes away? If that person is younger than 55, then the funds will merge with their other assets and will be distributed according to their will. If the person is older than 55, the state can make a claim against their estate. That includes any bank or able accounts that they have, a house, a car, jewelry, whatever their assets are. But the state would only make a claim for funds spent after their 55th birthday. After those funds are taken out, any remaining money would be distributed according to their will. So there was a question about whether a parent can contribute to an ABLE account for food expenses and then reimburse themselves from the account, and whether the contribution is a tax deduction for the parent. So any Pennsylvania resident who contributes to a Pennsylvania ABLE can deduct that contribution from their state taxable income up to $18,000 this year. And it's fine if it's used for basics like food. So you can get that tax deduction if you're contributing to your own account or to the account of a loved one or a friend. So if I put, say, $5,000 in my own ABLE account this year, I could deduct that from my state taxable income. Or if I put, say, $5,000 in my child's account this year, I could deduct that from my state taxable income. Someone asked about non-qualified expenses. ABLE is very broad. Basically, anything that helps the individual with a disability that's a legal expense is a qualified disability expense. So if I took you to lunch, it would be perfectly valid for me to pay for my own lunch from my ABLE account, but it might not be so good for me to pay for your lunch from my ABLE account since that's not directly benefiting me, the individual with the disability. Someone asked, if you transfer funds from a 529 college and career account into an ABLE account, can you then use those funds for a car? Because a car would not be eligible under a 529. Yes, once you move the funds from the 529 into the ABLE account, then the ABLE rules would apply to those funds. So yes, even though the funds originated in a 529, they could be used for a broader array of expenses once they reach the ABLE account. I do want to say too, if you had, let's say you had $30,000 in your 529 college and career account, because of the $18,000 annual cap, you would need to move all the funds from your 529 account over into your ABLE account over 2 years, because the amount that you had in your 529 account is greater than the annual limit of 18. There are lots of forms online that you can use to choose the investments that you want, and you can find out more about ABLE and enrolling on there. I just want to say too, we have an ASL interpreter this morning. We're very happy to have her. Her video is on, so if that's something that's helpful to you, please find that. Well, I guess we don't have any other questions this morning, so we will bear with me just a moment. Okay. I just want to say if you have any additional questions about PA-ABLE, I am part of a regional treasury outreach team that is available to connect and consult directly with businesses and organizations serving the disability community. You can reach all of us at 855-529-ABLE and by email at info@paable.gov. We are going to take a short break. And please note that slides from today's programs will be posted on paable.gov beginning tomorrow for the next 2 weeks.